Well, I decided to put all this goodness into one video. What is that, Jay? What did you put in this video? Well, we got the critic scores. They're starting to roll in about the Acolyte Season 1. We got the viewership. Did people tune in to that final episode to see this whole thing wrapped up? Or did they just walk away? And we've got Leslye Headland saying, hey, I need your help. She's begging for your help. And I know my audience... my audience is here to deliver. Anyway, before we begin, could you do me a massive favor and please hit that subscribe button? It's just one little click. It's a free thing that you could do that helps out the channel. Look what you guys have done for me. We just passed 96K. I am so grateful. So grateful. Thank you. Now let's get into this. Okay, so first thing, let's check on that finale. Did it break records? Did a lot of people tune in? Well, according to Luminate data, which tracks the minutes watched. All right, everybody got that? The minutes watched. The Acolyte's finale, it didn't even chart in the top 10. It said it wasn't even close. But there was a Disney Plus that hit #1. I got it kind of covered there. Anybody want to take a guess? The Rise of Red. It's a Cinderella film, live action. So people did tune into Disney Plus. They just didn't watch Star Wars. The Acolyte disappears from Nelson charts. Now here's Nelson. Now the least watched Star Wars series on Disney Plus, and even lower than Andor. Now, a lot of these articles that are writing about viewerships and numbers say this big drop came after episode 3. So after episode 3, that's when the witches were singing and all that stuff, and they made babies, and people are like, yeah, I don't know what that is. That ain't Star Wars. I'm out. Okay, let's check another one out. What about Samba TV? Because they provide more up-to-date info. Their charts also reveal a decline in viewership. The Acolyte no longer appears on the Samba TV charts. So like, yeah, that thing fell off the map after 3. Listen, these are 3 different companies telling you that this series just fell off a cliff and nobody's watching. But you might be like, but Jay, when it first aired, what about all those crazy numbers out there, like 11 million and all that stuff? Oh, really? Okay, let's look at that real quick. So yeah, all the major media was reporting, oh my gosh, the highest 2024 show for Disney Plus, The Acolyte dominates. Yeah, Forbes, Hollywood Report, all of them. The the weird Twitter accounts, they were all like, oh, it's the biggest show ever. All right, look at this, because this is an article from Forbes. They actually had to change their numbers, and I'll tell you why. So previously, look at the previous. It says the Acolyte Disney Plus newest Star Wars series reached 4.8 million views in its first day of availability. This marks the streamer's biggest series premiere of 2024, according to Disney. So nobody else got to see the numbers. They just said, hey, here's the numbers. Trust us. Just trust us. These are the numbers. Then they had to update their article. It says, though it initially appeared that the Acolyte may have had a stronger debut than 2023's Ahsoka, Disney shared that the first episode of the latest Star Wars series reached 11 million views in its first 5 days, almost 3 million short of what Ahsoka achieved. How are they gauging that number? Like, is it hashtags on Twitter? Is it YouTube views? What is it? Where did they get this number from? What are they using? What program do they have that they got back there that's saying, just throw this, just give it to them in millions? What if they're reading the wrong thing? I'm just saying. So you can believe what you want. There's 3 independent companies that say this is what we see with the viewership. And then there's the according to Disney. Okay, now that we established nobody really watched the show, they walked away from it, let's see what the critics have to say about Season 1. Brimming with strong ideas for a new direction in the Star Wars universe. The Acolyte's first season is hurt by clumsy storytelling. Yeah, now I will say this. When Andor came out, nobody watched that show, but the people that did watch it, even these critics, loved it. It's the best Star Wars show that nobody watched. That's what I keep calling it. So the fact that they're coming out saying, yeah, it's clumsy storytelling, it's terrible. And I love how they prop them up a little bit. It's like, hey, it's brimming with strong ideas, but basically the show sucks. Okay, that's just one. Okay, this is Forbes, and this is their review on episode 8. The Acolyte finale is a total disaster. What a mess. I mean, that says it all. That's what everyone's been saying. So you got more critics coming out saying, man, this show stinks, man. It stinks. And even with all that information, nobody watching the show, the critics not liking it, there is this silent cry on the internet of people saying, we need season 2, mostly because the series ended on a cliffhanger. It seems like she wrote the show and put it together expecting a season 2 without any problems. Like, oh yeah, this show is so good, let's just stretch out a couple of episodes with some flashbacks, and we'll dump Yoda at the very end, and they'll give us a season 2. No problem whatsoever. Well, now Leslye Headland's like, about that season 2. The Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland says fans who want a second season should encourage your friends to watch the show. Yeah, we need to get those numbers up. We got to get those numbers up, okay? And recommends telling skeptics don't pay attention to the IMDb score. In the article, she was asked about season 2. She's like, look, people got to share it with their friends. They got to get out there and promote it. I'm begging you, give me a season 2. You got to promote it. Don't listen to what people are saying. It's been review bombed. She literally says that. She's like, it's been review bombed, so don't look at the scores. So tell your friends, don't look at all the negativity. Tell them that you love it and encourage them to watch. Because if we can get those numbers up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get that Acolyte season 2. So with all that being said, I got to tell you, can we get those numbers up? Because my YouTube channel is begging for an Acolyte season 2. I can't contain it. My channel is just like, hey, I need to consume more of that. What are y'all doing? Forget the critics. Forget whatever numbers are out there. Just let's go with what Disney said the numbers were. All right, which means the show was awesome. Everything else was review bombed. And, my self-insert as the stranger. People are going to love that. What about the lightsaber whip? You guys are going to love it. Tell your friends. And here we are. So what do you guys think? Was the show as bad as what everyone was saying? The numbers are like, you can't agree with those numbers, Jay. You got to go with what Disney said. Trust me. Trust me. Those are the numbers. Don't listen to anybody else. And yes, we're going to get that season 2. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Jay. I still haven't done my season 1 review, but I plan on doing it. The Acolyte season 1, dumbest moments. It's just going to make you laugh. It made me laugh. I hope it makes you laugh. That's all I care about. Put a smile on your face. These are crazy, wild, weird times we're living in. We got to laugh. Listen, if you love the show, love it. Don't worry about what some idiot YouTuber like me has to say about it. I'm just laughing, having a good time. And I hope you have a great day. This is Jay, and we'll catch you on the next one.